I'd never believe you. Hello. Getting wires in my face. There you go. How are we all this evening? I'm terrible. Now I'm good. I'm a bit tired, actually. I think you should go watch other people's YouTube content. You read the description, didn't you? Did it say that in the description? Yeah. I didn't. I read that so long ago. Like kitten. Ah. Oh, excuse me. I don't mind watching kitten videos. I was bored. Because every time I did something for like a month, people would go, oh, go watch this guy, go watch this guy. Go. Especially when it was like I was doing intentionally, like I was like purposely doing like a certain way, and people were like, go watch this guy so you can do it the right way. And I was like, I'm not doing it the wrong way. I want to do it this way. Kitten violently falls asleep. Yeah, that one. It's not really sudden, is it? Or it doesn't even fall over. Look at him. Oh, oh. No, it doesn't fall over. What about Harpy? Uh, Suddenly falls asleep. God, 9 years ago. Let's go and see. This dog definitely ain't a puppy anymore. I want like a falling over. Yeah, there's a thing in the kitten community. I call it sleep bait. Oh wait. Oh, I call it sleep bait. I want to see one. Oh right, like it's baiting falling asleep. I see one that just literally falls over. I remember this dog, the army dog. He's just like, oh no. Is that not one just falling over? Wait, have you seen the dog heavy sleeping? Huh. That's not the one I'm looking for. The heck? That's amazing. Oh, too late. Too late. That pig is having none of his shenanigans. Oh my god, he is not holding back. We don't talk about what we saw that seems suggestive. He just wants to get him up. The pig doesn't even care. It's like a little massage for him. Oh, he legs it. He's like, oh crap, it worked. I love baby huskies. I love huskies in general. They're very nice dogs. Oh god. You know what I'm talking about, right? What a suggestive thing. No, I don't actually. I think I vaguely saw something, but I wasn't paying attention. Anyways. looks alright in here now. It still looks very dark. Like the shadows here, like especially when it doesn't match here, it doesn't. Oh, texture streaming for 1 second. It doesn't match, you know. Like this is so much brighter than this. And that bothers me because it doesn't make sense why the back's so dark. I don't really get it. I watch too many gaming YouTubers, by which I mean like one, but he constantly sees these shapes everywhere. What? Have I got a dynamic? Which one's causing that? Hmm. Let me go to the shadow information. I was gonna say, is it shadow bias? Well, I definitely stopped it, or almost. Oh, I'm literally just turning off the light, right? Oh, not necessarily, but I'm pretty much am. That's a little bit better. Because that causes it on here too. Like... Oh, it's not that though. Oh, that's a baked light on there. But none of my lights are... Which light could be causing that? The skylight? Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I know we've been messing with the lighting a hell of a lot. Let's make sure I'm not missing what you read. It's got to be a setting in here who controls that a little bit, right? Is it this? No? I think that's black still thingies. Whoa, not the one I wanted. Not that one either. I wanted that one. Let's find the way it is. I never get why the Skylight does this. It goes into the thousands like instantly. I always found that so bizarre. That's still working? No, because it's on a thing. If I set a map, scene capture makes more sense. I can always set to a static and see what it looks like when it bakes. We'll have a try at that. See what we like. What kind of FPS do I get? Not too bad. This scene is supposed to just be a beauty scene anyway. I'd have to reduce 120 in here. I'd have to reduce a lot of texture density and stuff to make it optimized for gameplay experiences. It looks pretty good. Okay, I think there's like one thing. Yeah, that's done. That's done. Because I want to move on. I want to start a new project. So these obviously should have been moved, but it's fine. Here. So I need this. Is that a separate mesh? It is. I need this. And I need these. What the heck? Why is there like little... What? Alright. These, and over there too. These down there are just rope, and then this. And then we are done. I could start getting the character properly animated and doing stuff in the scene. But from an environment perspective, I don't want to touch it anymore. So let's work on that. Let's do the... I don't want to stream too long today, actually. We'll see what we can get done. I'm very exhausted. I haven't slept very well this week. I obviously woke up early for work this morning. I even had a half an hour nap for my lunch. My Saturdays are much better for streaming. Maybe I should just I would say change my streaming to Saturday and Sunday. But then I won't have a day off. I won't have a day where I don't do 3D. Hi, what are you doing? My best, Michael. I'm gonna be doing the texture for these. If you want an overall analysis of what I'm doing, I'm making this environment, which has been a very long time environment. We're going to get it done soon. I'm usually quick with my environment. Well, I like to think I'm relatively quick with my environments usually, but this has been a long one. I've made every room interesting though, and that was the idea of what I was going for. I wanted everywhere you went to be an interesting room. And I think we've done that. I think we're making every room interesting. Like, we could keep adding and adding and adding. Because I think big parts of these kind of scenes... I think big things with these kind of scenes is... You just kind of want unique items placed everywhere. And I think we've got that achieved to an extent. Yeah. What are you doing, Michael? You tell me a little about you now. Coffee with a little bit of vanilla, French vanilla syrup. Very nice. I say French vanilla. I hope it's French vanilla. It says it on the packaging. But who knows? It could be from anywhere. All right, so it's got... Whoa! Okay, so that's really high poly for no reason. Yo, how's it going, Jelly Beer? I do remember you from last time because I kept almost saying Jelly Bear. How's it going, man? How's it going? How do you say that? Azaron Games 3D. How's it going, man? Yes, I think there's a big part about dark spots as well. Like, I feel like this is too dark, which makes me want to tone. Oh, okay. So that's obviously not baked. So when it bakes, hopefully that gets a bit brighter. Do we not see anything until it's baked? We don't. Interesting. So we'll leave it at... I have a review here. See, I think it should be quite bright, but I think that's probably a little too much. And immediately it should technically be this sort of color because it's getting the color from the sky. But, oh my god. But if we get the color of that, we start changing the color of here, if I'm correct, right? Yeah, look. Get all of this, like, bleeding and stuff. So I want to leave it at, like, 1.5 possibly. And leave it at a static. So what it looks like now. Static. It's going to get darker because it's not baked. So I don't know if that's too much. See, this problem is we have to wait till it's baked to see. Well, I saw this stream and decided to check it out. Other than that, I'm sculpting a tree. Ooh. What kind of tree? Stylized, realistic, oak, birch, pine. Thanks for the waterfall story. I loved it. Oh, we should have one showed story thingy. Did it actually help? Because obviously showing it just sort of here, it's not always the clearest. So I hope it did help. I want to look at this. He doesn't clip inside, does he? No. So what I need to make sure we're doing... So first of all, we've got way too many polys on this. We need to go boom. Hold on a minute. Oh, right. Okay. So we need to delete you and hide him. Make sure he still clips, which is fine. Yeah, he's deep in there. Deep. But excuse me. And then we need to do this. Select that, delete that. Then we need to start clearing up some of these edge loops, because these edge loops do not even need to exist. They're making some really fun stuff actually at work at the moment. I wish I could show you guys. When they show it on Twitter as a, oh, look at the new environment. I'll helped a lot, made some changes. Oh, nice. Yeah, when they post it on Twitter, I'll show you guys what I've done, because some of it's really cool. Lots of new stuff. Basically, I'm having to, as always, teach myself some things. Never stop learning, guys, especially when it comes to 3D, because hot damn, you always need to learn stuff. I honestly think one of the biggest parts of being a 3D artist is being able to adapt, because you do that a lot as a 3D artist. Especially, like, could you imagine going into a company and they were just like, okay, so we want someone that knows how to use ZBrush or Mudbox or what's that other one? 3D Coat, and you're like, oh, I don't know how to use that, and they're like, oh, well then you don't have the job. Like, it's all very important to be able to be flexible. At least in my opinion and from my experience. I've only done freelance and worked at the one company I work at now, but being flexible, I think, let's just put my foot behind my head, being flexible, and being flexible with your work, I think is very, very important. Or with the software you use, and your work, I guess. It's good. So I know some people disagree with that. Some people are like, oh, it's not fair. It's like I say, obviously everything I say is just a part of my own opinion on 3D. So don't always take everything I say as the gospel. I'm just a man, and I just enjoy 3D and enjoy teaching you guys how to do things. I am but a wee man. Okay, that should be on wraps now. Oh, I should play the music. Might sound a little less ominous with music here. Why has it done this again? I had this last time, didn't I? And it made it like hid everything. Oh, in the UV editing, I've done something because it hides everything. But in layout, we're fine. I don't know what I've done. We've got this little UVing space here. There you go. So let's do a file, export, FBX. I'm just gonna go boat. There you go. Not an underscore window. We'll throw that in the engine. Yeah, it's fine. If I can do two things. I can right click him and move him, or I'll import it separately because we're trying to organize everything, as you can see here. I was trying to make tomorrow our big day. Today I'll only stream for about an hour. I'm glad some new people are here though. Michael and Azeron Games 3D. Starlight's pretty much, I didn't see that comment, sorry. Starlight's pretty much going for an oak tree. Nice. I haven't made too many Starlight trees. Like, I think the only tree, I should really, but the only tree I've really made, here you go, are these guys. I inverted him, beautiful. And these were ages ago, so these aren't particularly amazing trees. But they worked with the scene I was doing. He's a bit wavy. He's not wavy at all. And they were quite fun to work on. Oh, I put a little video in the public chat channel. Ooh. I'll show it to everybody. Okay. Hey! Hey, that water looks good. It's not my water though, right? Is that my water? I think that's my water with the warp amount turned up, right? No. That's not my water. I don't think. That's pretty cool. Oh, ignore the ASMR stuff. I listen to ASMR when I sleep, and for some reason, most of the time, it's an anime girl on the thumbnail. well, because I tend to listen to different language ASMR because I don't like hearing English voices when I'm listening to it when I'm trying to sleep because it feels weird. It could be your water, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I literally I'm Spanish or Japanese or something when I'm listening to ASMR. That way, when they say something, my brain just hears it as noise rather than someone speaking to me. Now that I realize, I watched some of your tutorials. Boom! That's how you get them. Freaking reel them in. Yeah. Like I've said before to people, when something starts off, it's all very sort of fundamental, and you build your way up. It's why I hate showing certain people the beginning stages of something because they go, "Oh, it doesn't work very well," and all this. Well, yeah, I haven't got all the stuff in it yet. I haven't got the particle effects. I haven't got the decals. I haven't got all this. But some people can't look at the beginning stage of something and see potential. They'll look at it and just go, "Oh," you know what I mean? So it's very important, at least in my opinion, to sort of visualize. You know what? That's not looking too bad from a distance. I'll be able to visualize more. I like it. Thank you, Rakib Hassan? Sorry, I'm terrible at saying names, so keep it up, man. You keep it up, man. You're breathtaking. I'm so bright right now. Let me turn on my light. Oh. There we go. Now I'm a bit more softer. See, I even think of artistic features in my camera. I don't really, but I just didn't want my face to be overbloomed. Okay. What was we doing? Blender? Yes. We just exported this. Let's come into my desktopy. Close my source control. That's not the right thing. Where did I export it to? Oh. Right, so when you export things, guys, always remember to click selected object. I'm so bad at doing that. You have no idea. For those of you who've just started watching me now, I always forget to click the selected object. Pop it in the proper folder. Again, always keep your stuff organized. I'm very lazy with organization. But try your best. This is a level component. So the difference between the level components and the normal meshes, for those of you who've not seen. I forget to do that too. Thank you. I'm so bad at it. Yeah, so the difference right here in my level anyway, I can delete those, is props are things you can just drag out and place and they can work in a normal scene. You know, like the bed. Oh, wow, the bed's huge. I should probably get them scaled correctly. But anyways, and then level components are things that are literally just meant for parts of this particular level. So if I do ever sell this map, you'll probably never use any of these unless you can somehow find like a use for them in certain conditions. But they're not aligned to a very good location because they're just meant to be placed in my map, like this part here. And then our normal props are basically just props. Like I said, you can place them anywhere. Ooh. But the reason I did that was because the reason I've organized that is to make it a bit easier for myself. So I just dragged that new guy into level components because that's exactly what he is. I'll replace this with this. No, apparently not. Oh, he's scaled very, very small for some reason. There you go, it's better. Scale him correctly. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go for on this. Does not work perfectly, but it works good enough. Again, we're just looking to come to the end of our scene. We've been working on this for a very long time. I would like it to be over. I want to work on something new. Knowing when to end projects can be very important, because if you're someone who doesn't know how to end your projects, you can sit on them for a really long time and never get anything finished. Whereas having stuff on your portfolio that's at the very least finished is better than having nothing on your portfolio. For example, if you look at my portfolio now, The last thing I put on here was actually this, which wasn't too long ago. 5 months ago. This was something I did for NVIDIA. I won't click on that. So that's a bit different. I took some time out of work to do this. So the last thing I properly posted that was on me was over a year ago. So that means if someone were to look at my portfolio, they know I'm not being consistent with my uploads. Again, I have a job at the moment, so obviously I'm doing stuff for the job. But if I wasn't, people may judge that for having such a gap between uploads. So getting your work just done, most of the time is more important. Obviously, don't try to skimp out on quality, but at the same time, yeah, if you need to get it done, you need to get it done. Which is something I tell people a lot. I personally, I'm the lead at my company, and if someone asked me, oh, can I have a job? One thing I'd be the most interested in was how quick they did things, rather than how well they could get things done. If they made something and it looked like the best thing I'd ever seen in my life, but it took them 5 years to make, I'd be a bit like, if they're that slow, are they worth the investment? You know what I mean? I will add this. I am not good enough at 3D art to even be a lead artist. I just got very lucky at my company. I don't think I'm necessarily bad, but I definitely don't think I'm lead art. I don't think my work screams lead art quality, if you know what I'm saying. That's textured. A lot of this has just tiling textures on it, just because like I said, I wanted to get it done. So we want to put... That's part of that. I've got one down here. Yeah, I thought so. Oops. So we want to put him along here. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better. The lighting's going to be a bit messed up on it, but that's fine. That will get fixed when the lighting bakes. Okay, so we did this part. Now we want to do our sails. So the sails. What? How did I click on this? I'm so far away. Whee! Oh my god. The sails. Why can't I click on them? Oh, you know why? Because boom, they don't have a back face. That's fine. They're not supposed to have a back face. Okay. So I want to do rips and stuff on the edging. So if we do an unwrap, I should technically probably just mirror it. Yeah, there's no point literally having two separate ones. So if I delete one of these, and then we do a mirror across the middle, hopefully that'll align. Oh, it doesn't align. Very interesting. I 3D modeled this so long ago. What if I instead then mirrored these as well? Join them all together. There you go. There we go. Now I know some people probably look at that and go, they're mirrored, but it saves a lot of texturing, it saves texture resolution, and there's a lot of good reasons to do that in general. Because now when I unwrap, we are only using... So I could technically export this as 256 by... Oh, 256? But a 1K by 2K. Because it's only taking up half. I could... If I was feeling nasty... mark a seam in the middle. And then do something like this. So we have two that I could scale. Oh, if I made it a bit bigger, we could scale and clear the space. But I think I'll probably do 2K by 4K method and then do a tiling texture over it as well to give it some micro normals. Or detailed normals, I think they're called. So if we export this out. Cushion. Is my desktop really that full again? Dude, I cleaned up my desktop not long ago. That's terrible. Is there... Do another boat one. Sales. Some underscore. Boom. All right, get on to our substance painter. Oh, S underscore. Whoops, that's supposed to be SM underscore to mean static mesh. Drag that in, click OK. Grab a glove. Like a glove. I think I'm on the back of it, aren't I? Oh, right. Yes, yeah, so it doesn't matter it's mirror, because when I do one to this, I'll do it's there. That's fine. If we find... What's couch? That's not couch. What is couch? I'm so curious. Huh. I mean, it's starlight, so that probably doesn't work for what we want, but interesting, interesting. So I'm going to do a 4K bake on it. We're not going to export as 4K, but... Cool. If we were to put a starlight texture on it now... See what we get. Just throw chunky wood on it. Cool, so it's kind of picking up. I'm just throwing any stylized texture on it right now to just see. Where the information's get picked up. That's not too bad, not too bad. So we're coming to this one. And we'll start identifying the points we want to color in. Okay. So the ambient occlusion is really not that strong. What happens if we check the curvature out? Curvature is a bit better. We can always do a combination of the two. Yeah, something like this. Then let's do a blur on it with less of this. There you go. So we have this nice blur, and then we turn that to a multiply. Yes, so it picks up the color. Then we turn it down. We want to probably make the cells red. Something probably like this, or maybe like this. Because my other layers are set to multiplies and overlays, it will change color with it, which is great. Come to here, I want to turn up the texture a bit. Not contrast, I want to turn up this. There you go. Cool. Sweetness. Again, it's mirrored, so what we do is this side, we've got to do to that side. Yeah, that's our edging. Let's turn this up so we can see where our edges are. Yes, that's good. We want something like that to come across it. That's very nice. We want to turn down this. Turn up the blur. But nice. So those parts are a bit stronger. Let's turn these down a tad. Cool. Turn them off completely. We still have quite strong natural AO, so that's cool. And obviously this is causing us to have that nice brightness on the front. Very good. Sweet. Sweet. Cool. Those look pretty good. I like it here. The way that's pulling, you get the pinch. Very nice. Now, I want to turn on... no, we want to turn on masking. So now we come down to here and we go to opacity. See, I'm pretty sure it's not translucency. We can create a layer and let's make it so we're only adjusting our opacity. Then if I turn this down, you'll see that they disappear, right? Because opacity, unlike transparency, we're either going to be on and off. So as soon as we go, weirdly enough, I thought it'd be around 0.4, but it's around here. So if I turn this to a black mask and then when we start painting, I can get rid of those points. Now, if we find a decent sort of tear, either brush or a decal, we can start getting some really nice tear down it. Burn. Oh, of course. I am not in the textures. I'm in brushes. That's cool. That won't really work though, will it? Nah. As much as I like that, it won't really work. Because I'd obviously, preferably would want like tail marks obviously all around the edging. But that's not going to do what we want it to do. Broken glass. Again, very cool. Not quite what we're looking for. Never give up. Keep going. Great work, mate. Oh, thanks, Jazz1. Thank you so much. You're very, very nice. You guys are very nice to me. You always come in here and give me compliments. And honestly, you guys are what gets me going until I finally found a job. Like you guys, I would have definitely given up. See, that's not what we want. I do like that though, like a. I wonder if a cross hatching will look good along the edging. Not really. We could scale it down and see what it looks, and reduce the spacing, and see. Nah, not really. Ink splatter, is that a tool? Nope, it's not. So I'm actually looking for alphas, but if we can find a brush, that'd be brilliant. Oh, that's interesting. It's very interesting. These are so huge. Or my mesh is just tiny. You could do something like that and just wear away these edges. But a big problem with that is you'll get these floaty bits. So it might be worth doing big chunky bits myself. Oh, we want the float. There you go. Like big chunky bits myself. Just to help this edge look a bit taller. And because it's obviously mirrored, we'll get down the opposite side too. Doing it all by hand would mean I won't make the mistake of having like these overhang bits. Like when I use a brush, you'll get bits like this that aren't going to disappear. Where doing it all by hand means I won't get those mistakes. It's a little bit more work, but that's fine. Now I could come into here and do like little scratches. Do like a claw mark. Like a bird's come past and whoosh, give it a bit of a slash. And then I'll do some custom detail around these in a minute. I'll show you how I do that too. Has Jazz1 instantly left? Because I'd like to ask him what he does. Who are you, Mr. Jazz? Are you also a 3D artist? Like me? Like your homeboy? I do love it when I get like programmers and stuff coming in and they're just like, hey man, I really like your work. And I'm like, it's amazing. Like you don't even do what I do and you're here giving me still here. Nice. Give me support. That's what I'm looking for. Like when people don't even do what I do. Mega Coolman's be like that. What a chill dude. He's been a part of my channel for so long. And he doesn't even do really that much 3D art. From what I'm aware, I could be wrong in saying that. It's when he comes in here like, no, I do lots of 3D art. I just want these tears on the side. So I'm obviously no pro at doing stuff like this, but one of the big parts of this is you just want to like go soft, hard, soft, right? Now you can do stuff like this where you go a bit too much, but it's all about just that, obviously that pressure with your hand. So if you want like that, because I do a lot of the same stuff in ZBrush. I probably do want something like this, right? Have these parts sort of torn a bit. Because alphas always will look better than the mesh. Because the mesh, you can only have so many polys in it before it gets ridiculous. But with an alpha, I can do all this stuff. And obviously the mesh isn't doing that. It's just transparent. And it's a very cheeky way to make things look a little bit more detailed than they actually are. So I could always do little slicey bits like this as well. Cross-hatchy. These cells basically look like they're barely being held together at this point. Perfect. This is exactly what I want. Old and tattered. I knew... More into coding. Here he is, boys. I said it when people come into the stream and they're not even artists. I assume you do a little bit of art. Amazing. I just like your works. Thank you, man. That's so nice. Like, it amazes me how someone who does a different interest can still support me doing what I do. That's so cool of you. What a top lad. So if I have tails on this, it needs to be very, very weak. Because obviously it's very, very thin piece of rope. Rope? Sail. What? Resolution 2K, that's fine. Maybe I'm being a little too mean to these cells. We'll see what it looks like afterwards when we get it in. So there's a couple of tricks I could do for this to make stand out a little bit more that I'm going to try in a second. We'll have a nice big tear in here. Again, it's mirrored. You might notice a lot of these being mirrored, but that's fine. I'm not too fussed at how much you actually notice. Cool. Just like in here as well. Cool. Very tattered, very beat up. Perfect. Right? Now, we don't have... So in here, you'll see, like, we've got these... got this highlighter. I think that's a bit too much here. 1 second. So I can always bring it back. There you go. A bit here. I think it's a little too much. Same here. Like that. So we've got these highlights, right? But we ain't got highlights on these new ripped parts. There's no highlights around here, right? How do we get those highlights? So, the way that I've always found to do it, I don't know what this is. The way I've always found to do it is now duplicate this. Whoa. Well, that's cool. It really brought those out. It really brought those out. Whoa. Anyway, it's not what we want. Bring it underneath this one. Take off every... now take off the opacity. Were these too weak? These... Where did these parts come from? I kind of like that, actually. Hold on a minute. Makes them look dirty. I kind of want to do that. Wait. Yeah, how did I... Where was that splatter? That was in here, right? Dirt spots? No. Splat. Ink splat. Yeah, I kind of like this. That's cool. Obviously a bit weaker than that, but like here, to make the roughness a little bit close to the original. Nice, I like that. Steve, not sure if you know what it is, but could you do a liminal space? Liminal space. Hey, what? What is this showing me? Liminal comes from the Latin word limen, which means threshold. To be in a liminal space means to be on the precipice of something new but not quite here yet. You can be in a liminal space physically, emotionally, or metaphorically. Being in a liminal space can be incredibly uncomfortable for some people. I am in pictures. It's just like a large empty space. That's what lemon... What? Wednesday, recently found myself really liking these images. Not sure how you feel about them. I mean, it's cool. I don't know how I'd make a I mean, I wanted to make a sci-fi corridor. That kind of would be a liminal space, right? Oh, not what I was expecting when I wrote sci-fi in. Like, just like a large empty space, but themed as sci-fi. I could do that. I like making it up of backrooms environment. Also, hello, Paco and Kangna. How's it going, guys? Okay, so what I usually do here, as I was saying, because obviously we ain't got the extra quality here. First off, I need to clean off those areas. Let me delete this, actually. Let me clean off those areas that I don't need. So if we go into color, all these parts I obviously didn't mean to have. So if we go into our normal brush, this one, go to a normal brush, I can start getting rid of these. So if I get rid of it all, we do that. So I'm just getting rid of these splats that I clearly accidentally left in, which I'm surprised they're not coming up in the opacity. But oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. I don't mind cleaning it up. I feel like there's a lot of work that we avoid cleaning up that really should be dealt with. I'm bad for it. Sometimes when I'm doing my job, I just don't want to do cleanup work. Like, I don't want to clean up a normal map, for example. But I feel like there's always... You should clean up your work where you can. Look at the pools. Liminal base pools. As in, like, swimming pool. Oh. Oh. Well, that's cool. I like that. Oh, I like that too. Oh, itchy nose. It's all got like the same texture on it. It's just tiled. But it looks really cool. I want to do more scenes like that where I just use like a tiling texture and it still looks good. Alright, so if we want to make these highlights, I will set to an overlay. Turn off the... I've not duplicated it. Put it back to normal. Do a duplicate. Set that to an overlay. Turn off opacity, turn on color, and then bring this up. So that will go around them, but it's going to be a bit too sharp, right? The way to fix this is do a filter. I should do a tutorial on this actually, because it's basically like putting a stroke on your layer. Set a levels on top of that. When you bring this down, you'll start tightening. So let's make this a color so you can see. When I bring this down, you'll start tightening that up, right? You obviously adjust how much you want it to tighten. So sound like this. And then when I set that to an overlay, we'll get these highlights around everything. And then obviously you can turn this down like that. And I'll probably put that underneath all of this. And all of... Whoops. All of this, so that way they all overlap top. Now, I don't actually think I want it as an overlay. I don't think I want highlights around it. I think, because it's cut, it's going to dent in a little bit. Hey, Wolf, how's it going, man? I think I want it as a... whatchamacallit? A multiply. Turn down the levels. We'll start blurring it out a bit more. it nice close. Let's make it a normal for a second, just so I see how much we're doing. That's its standard with a blur. So you turn the blur up to increase how thick you want that line in the long run. And when you do this, you obviously make that thick, right? Then if I do this, I start adjusting it. So again, it's like putting a stroke on something. Now, something else I could do to this is if I went into heights, I could bring it down a tad. So it looks like those scratches have made it like dent in those areas. You know what I mean? And I'd want it very, very subtle. I mean, it could even do another duplicate of the scratches. This one. And in this one, do our height. There you go, and pull it in. See that? So now they look 3D. Now, obviously, that's a little too much, too sharp, because they'll be a bit softer as they're denting in. So I just want a very brief blur. Now, if we look at this, and we blur out more, and we turn that up more, we get these now dent inwards. It's a very small effect. And it's not perfect, don't get me wrong. If we actually baked a high poly, we'd get better detail. But it's minor details that I think work really well when we're just trying to do it quick. You know what I mean? I wonder what it looks like a 4K. Oh, wow, not much different. Interesting. Right. So I think the next part of the detail, we're just going to want to use tiling textures to give it more of a cloth look. Now, I could do that in Engine, I think. So if we go pack... Oh, actually, I want to go around the edges. Oh, they still have a lightness around the edges. I want to go around the edges, make it light, but I kind of already have one, because I would probably do that manually. In here, I'll just go boom, boom, boom. Actually, have it above, like here. Set to an overlay. Tone this up. And then I could do what I did earlier by masking it out and everything, but I think this, because I only want it on like one edge, like here, so here to here. Do I want it that way? No, I want it the other way. I want it here. Oh, we got floating bits here. That's fine. We can just come back into it in a minute and fix those. But yeah, then we can get like some of these parts in. They kind of make it look like it's receiving light. It will receive light in Engine anyway, so maybe these will be a bit overkill, but when doing a lot of hand painted stuff, it's always good practice to actually hand paint. I'm terrible for actually hand painting. I'm very lazy when it comes to hand painting. I just try to do it a quick, sloppy way and hope everyone finds it interesting. But sometimes it is good to actually get in your hand painted detailing. And let's actually turn this down a bit so I can put a bit more pressure on my pen. So you won't see any here, but as soon as you got to hit the straight part and start going down, like here, you might see a tiny bit grab a bit of that light. Cool. You'd see some. You see all of this getting hit by it, I think. Yeah. Technically, it's behind the probably where the sun would hit, but it's fine. Oh. I kind of want highlights in general around the edge as well, so I don't mind getting a little bit on here. This. I will need to change this color. I think I just need to reduce it, probably get it like here. Oh, right, you know what? because I got the roughness and everything on. There we go. Cool. Still needs to be toned down a tad, but that's good. Find these little areas that we think the light's going to be hitting it. Yeah, probably all around it. It's fine. Now, depending on what your asset is, depends on how much quality you want to put in. I don't really care too much about the sails. I don't think people are going to be staring at them too long. I know it's kind of the biggest asset, but they're going to be waving around. So I'm hoping they're not going to draw the eye too much. Yeah, it's just about... A lot of people obviously find it very relaxing. I do too. It's quite a fun little hobby. Going around painting these things. As you saw in my last environment, if you guys ever watched that, everything in that was hand painted. So I'm not too new to this. I haven't done it in a while, but with my work at the moment, I've been doing a lot of ZBrush and hand painted work. So I've been practicing a little bit over there. Using my pen a decent amount today, so I'm getting a little bit of a hand cramp, but we'll just sit through the pain. I go through the pain for you guys. You guys, you know, you're what matters. I don't matter. You guys matter. Cool. And that's a very quick and dirty way to give these like little scratches a little bit extra detail, just to make them feel like they're more in the asset, not just in the alpha channels. Probably this way, yeah. Cool. Oh, when I get far away, the alpha start disappearing. Yeah, that's very good, very good. Cool. So obviously, but without these, I do want to turn them down a bit. They're only supposed to be a very small thing. And then I think the last thing we're going to want to do is our standard black mask, add generator, position. Boom. Also, what have you been up to? I almost grabbed the wrong thing. What have you been up to, Wolf? Is your name actually Lee? Because I love the name Lee. One of my brother's middle names is Lee. So I want to change this to a multiply. And all we want to do is bring that to the bottom and get a nice fade. I only want it to be very subtle. It just needs to be just enough to feel like it's located in the world. And one way to give that illusion is simply giving it a height mask or a position mask in Substance. Okay, so the reason it's done that, if any of you come across that issue, is because I didn't do a black mask first. I just put that straight onto the layer. Try that again. Generator, position, boom, there we go. Have I turned off everything? I have. Then I want to only again have it so you can turn this the contrast to the top to see where it comes. Let's do a bit of a blur on there, like that. Again, very weak. We just want them to be enough to have it feel like it's placed in the environment. I think I want to do a bit more of a contrast on there. Bring it down more. So now, without width, I need this to be more subtle. I need this to be darker. And let's mess with this one more time. Cool. And we've got some very quick, torn up looking sails. I'm hoping that'd be good enough. These may come out a bit too thin. I'm hoping, because when you're too far away, it may not look great. We'll see. Obviously, it's always worth testing in engine as quick as possible because curtains. I was going to write curtains. Sales. Oh, I'm in the completely wrong folder. That's my work folder. Sales? 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 No, it's sales. Yeah, it's always worth testing as quick as possible because you could throw your asset in and it could look garbage in engine, and now you've wasted all that time because you've spent 20 hours in Substance Painter and it looked good in Substance Painter, but in UE4 it looked terrible. So yeah, as soon as you can get something tested, try to get it tested. Words to live by. Now I technically think this should be a level component too. If I separated them out, I could actually use that as a separate component. Maybe that you'd have to obviously put them in the specific spots, admittedly. Can I just replace those? Boom. I don't think I can. Oh, there they are. Cool. Look at how small they are. So one reason that happens, at least in Blender, is let's delete those out quick. Delete them out here. Save. Before you delete something that you've dragged in prior, save first and then delete it. Because when you delete it first, it's taking ages to save anyway, but when you delete it first, it takes ages to delete it. Damn, are you okay? Why are you taking so long to save? Yeah. No, delete it instantly. Okay, so bring this back in, but instead I've got it, yeah, I assumed on that. So if I bring it in now and drag it in, they should be huge, yeah. So I have a sneaky suspicion the reason that wasn't working properly was probably because of the scale. Good. Can I select them? Hello? Why are they black on this side? Why does my two-facing randomly break when I'm in UE4? Because that should just be transparent. If I drag a cube in, does it do the same thing? Yeah, look, I'm in darkness. So strange. I don't know what causes that. Anyways, let's get our texture into the texture location, preferably. Let's go here, go master. Oh, no. I'm not going to use master material because I need this to do something very specific, but we will rename it. Sales, BC. Sales, and so form. Make a new material. Call it M_sales. Drag it onto there. Cool. Come to here. Turn off the sRGB. It's not even on yet. What am I talking about? I was like, was it changing? Go to the material. Oh, we're already over an hour? I only want to stream like an hour today. I just want to go to bed. We'll get these done. And then we'll clock off. For anyone who is going, oh no, I wanted to watch more. If you guys do want to catch me, I will be streaming again tomorrow for longer because it's Saturday. And if you want to chat with me off stream, if you need any help, you can join the Discord below. Sound like an advert right now, but that's fine. Cool, that's not looking too awful. Uh-oh. Thinky, put it in there. Wow, those are really coming out. Why is that? Good reflections? I regret putting those in. They're massive. They're like huge. It's what I mean when I say, look how subtle they are in here. better, and some of this. Cool. Okay, much more subtle. Alright, let's get the alphas working. So the alpha should have been baked into our normal map, right? Not a normal map. When I say normal map, I meant the base color. It should be in the base color. So if we attach that, I couldn't think of the word I wanted to use. Mask that out. That should start cutting those pieces out. Yes. Click OK. Those parts should now be cut out in the mesh. Cool. So first off, it's not two-sided. They already look a million times better than the old one, though. Like, that is significantly nicer. Still two-side on it. I think they're receiving too much light, in my opinion. Or too much roughness, or too little roughness. Yeah. So we're going to turn up the roughness a little bit to make it a bit more of a flat color with no actual shiny bits on it. Yeah, that looks more. Yeah. Is that too ripped up? Do we think we kind of went a little too ham? Maybe. I could change that if I want to. So, more detailing on the material. So next step is it's a very thin. Have I really not got a thin piece of cloth near me? Alright, so obviously with a very thin material light, you can't really see me through it. I hope not anyway. Otherwise I shouldn't be wearing that out in public. Now, if you have light piercing through it, I know a lot of you probably already know what I'm about to do, you'll get this effect, right? So you'll get, obviously you can't see through it, but you can see light passing through it. Whoa. So I want that effect with the sunlight. So, how do we get that? That's called subsurface scattering, which is when the light goes through something and it scatters as it goes through. I assume that's why it's called scattering. I could be incorrect, but that's my assumption. If we go to surface, nope. If we go to default lit, yep, we can turn on subsurface. So by default, you're not going to get the colors you want. The thing I always do is I attach this to a multiply. I make that very low, so 0.3. So now we've got like a dark version of our material. So that doesn't even look that dark, but that's the dark version. And if we look at the light version, that's the bright version. You can see there's auto exposure, but you can see it change. Put that into your emissive color, and then moderate, and then technically you should probably do a Fresnel for this, because as you obviously go to the side of it, you won't be able to see the light passing as much. So if we do a Fresnel, the light penetrates skin, for example, and bounces, scatters. It goes in and then scatters out, causing the light to look scattered on the other side. I have tried using Unreal Engine 5. I actually tried it, 6 months ago. You can actually see a video on my channel of me doing a Twitch. I did a YouTube. It was really fun, and I think maybe for the next project we will use it. I started this project in UE4, and I wanted it done in UE4. So that's obviously why I've just kept to UE4. But if I scroll backwards to my history, how long ago was it? 9 months ago. So if we come back into here, you can see I was a lot of time messing with the lighting. Is that where it crashed? Oh no, did we have a lot of trouble getting it working? I can't remember now. But we messing with the lighting. These meshes are ZBrush meshes, and I was seeing how many I could have in without getting slower, and it was still getting 100 frames per second. And then I was trying out what lighting looked like, interior. Wait, when do I do? There you go. And then I did loads of these guys. I turned them into balls. This was really fun. I love stuff like this because it reminds me back of the old Blender days. I had them come down and... Oh, well, there's not a physical mesh on that, but... Did I turn the physics on? It's not physics. It's collision. Whoa, look at my long hair. Oh, I changed the asset. And then I made it a pitch black room and did the same thing. It was so fun. Lumen is awesome. Lumen's the lighting system, and it is awesome. I've never had... I can't remember the last time I had this much fun. Like, look at all that lighting. Oh, it's so cool. And I keep kicking around. It lights up my character. Oh, it's awesome. And then we tried some basic lighting by setting up like a little canyon scene. It actually crashed, but I made like a tiny little canyon using Megascan assets and just seeing what that looked like. And yeah, it was really, really fun. It did crash. I can't remember the end result we got after crashing. I mean, just look how cool that looks. And that was me. That is one asset. I've just duplicated it around. Like, that was so fun. Yeah, man. Good times. Sorry, my ear's really itchy. But yeah, maybe I'll do some more UE5. Maybe the UE5 for a new scene. If we're doing a sci-fi scene, could you imagine all of it lit up by dynamic lights on the walls and stuff? Oh, that'd be so good. Anyways. Megascans, right? Yeah, it was Megascans. I make fun of Megascans a lot because I say there are too many artists out there. And I've had people tell me this in the industry that they will ignore certain applications when they just do Megascan stuff. Because in a way, it's just grabbing loads of assets, putting it in and going, whoa, look what I made. But you didn't make it because it's not your assets. You're still being a level designer, and I respect that. I suck at level design. But you didn't make the assets. I like when people tell you that would be sick. Yeah, it would be moderate. Doing a sci-fi scene with dynamic lights in UE5. But yeah, when people are like, I made this, I'm like, but you didn't. At least be honest that you got the assets from Megascan. As mean as it sounds, I like that honesty. I remember I took like one asset from somewhere. Like with this scene, I did not make everything in this scene. And I'll admit it. I didn't make this. I did the textures for it, but I didn't make it. Like a disclaimer. Yeah, exactly. I didn't make this. That was... So I can tell you who made it, actually. That was Moderate Gamer in chat who just spoke. The Kangner, who spoke earlier. He didn't make the sword. Technically. He sent me a model. And... I had to make my own one because I had to make it topology that worked for video games. And then I textured that. So the idea was from him. I know there's other bits people have made. Right? Oh, maybe the rest is mine. Oh, the rest might be not mine. But I'll be honest and say what I did and didn't make. If someone wanted me to show this scene without the parts that someone else made, I'll just delete them out, like here. I'll delete all these out, and I'll delete the chest down here. Because I never want to take credit for things I haven't done. What am I doing? Oh, we're in the materials. Right. There you go. So, yeah. Doing this, we'll have it so the light gets darker as it goes through, which is pretty standard. And if we do a Fresnel, I can never remember which way around we want this. If we attach it to a multiplier, I can sort of take an educated guess. Oh, get a sphere. Set it to a 0. Cool. So it gets light on the edges, which means it will get more opaque. Means it gets more solid and the center is more transparent. Yes, this is exactly what we want. If I now clamp this and then we divide this, so it's going between 0 and 1 right now. If we divide it by, let's say 5, we could now go between 0 and 0.2. So the edges the edges get slightly less, like, so the 0.2 at the edges. But then if we start 0 between 0.2, if we go somewhere like, actually no, we'll divide it by 2. Yeah, 2. 2 is good. And then we add 0.2. We're now going between 0.2 and 0.7, which is probably what I'm looking for. It's probably, who knows? We'll have a look, see if it looks good. Ooh, okay, so I've done something wrong. As you can see, it looks like a ghost. So, put that into the right place. Interesting. Oh, wait, no. Is it this? Wait, did I put that? Wait, subsurface color. I put that in emissive color, didn't I? There we go. We can actually test it in here, but it's a bit awkward, obviously, with half it cut out. But if we put the light behind it, look. Then as soon as I get to the edge, I should see it going through less, as I see it more on the side. Again, I could also do it for this. Put the light behind it. There you go. It should get less. It should come around here, which it looks like it is, which is good. So click apply to that. I always put stuff in emissive color because subsurface color is so low down. Cool. So now I should be getting some of that light through. I think we're getting too much through, though, to be honest. You guys see that? Because I've got another light source over here, admittedly. I think that's a little too much. We want it to be a bit thicker than that. So I could just turn this value up. And if I tell it it's 0.2 to 0.7 right now, if we go 0.5, it'd be 0.5 to 1.1. No, 0.5 to 1. What am I talking about? And now I'll make it less transparent. I still think I want it less transparent. 0.7, so that's going above the value of 1, which doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure making something more opaque doesn't do anything. Cool, there you go. So I only got a little bit of light going through. So now if I were to put a light behind it, do we still want it thicker than that, though? I think we do. So I'm going to turn this up even more. We're going to have it very close to the top. Put the light back there. Yeah, so light's got to be very close before you get that. Cool. Nice. That's looking pretty neat. Cool. Now, are you not doing it? Nope. Have I got a called flag, maybe? Flag. Woo. Come to flag. And with our world position, which I've already got set up, it does like a little wavy effect. Which people are going nuts over. People get watching the stream and be like, how did you do that? I'm like, it doesn't even look that amazing. World position. Oh, these should wobble. Wow, very subtly. Okay, let's tone that up. I believe I've got it set to some instances I could change. Yep. So it's maybe 4. Okay, so it's a bit small, right? Oh. Interesting. Right. Okay. So the way I set this up before was I made it so it got stronger at the middle and weaker at the top bottom. That isn't the case anymore, because if we look at the mesh, my UVs, they are top and bottom. Was it left and right before then? I should have to linear. Shift the linear gradient. Ah, left and right, right. So if I swap that over... I'm an idiot. I got to go into here first. Yeah, it's to the side. Okay. So if I set this here, one up the top. Did I not have it set to the bottom as well, though? Flag. Oh, that was the basic flag. Right. So what was the older ones called? Were they called sails? I don't know. I can make a new one. So, like I said, I want them to be facing this direction. But what I want to do is minus that. Multiply those together, which will give us a slightly grayed out version. Maybe 2 gray in the middle, because that will only reach a 0.5 value now, because you're getting minus... When they multiply, we're multiplying a negative value coming up here and coming up here. So if I then... I believe so, right? Yeah. If I then multiply this by 2... be brighter in the middle and darker at the edges. And if I connect this to here... Oh, and... multiply by vertex normal. Not vertex color. Vertex normal. Now, I don't really know how to explain the vertex normal. I believe it just makes it so it bumps on the vertices. So, if something is, you know, facing this way and it's normals, it means it will bump out this way. If something's facing this way, it'll bump up this way. I believe that's all it means. I don't know what all the nodes do a programming way, but I know what they do when I connect them to things, if that makes sense. Cool. Now what I need to do is change the scaling. 256. 1, 2, 8. That one's not changing it. It's this one. Oh. Let's go higher. Ah. That's close. Something like this, and then I want it weaker. I think I still want it bigger. And I think I want it to be... So we'll change this, obviously. Oh, it goes really fast. So it was on 0.5. Do we want it to be slower? Slower but stronger? That works pretty well. Nice. The skylighting not being... Oh, is it... Oh, that's it unbaked. But it gives this such a huge bloom. See, it looks good. Like, with it on movable, I don't like how it looks. So I want to try I want to try it like this. What's real time capture do? Apparently it just disables it. Let's put it on stack and we'll see what it looks like when it's baked. Obviously, you won't see it till after stream, but yeah. And that's our sails pretty much done. It just annoys me with the lighting. Like, I want it to be light all over, and that should be what the skylight's doing, but I can never get the skylight looking right. So it always makes me a bit like a bit. It does make it softer. I still don't know what color is best, either orange or blue. Blue makes the most sense because of the scenario it's in. We'll see what it looks like when it gets baked. But yeah, we got some makeshift sails. Nothing too fancy, but it does the job. And they move, which is always very cool. I could also make these smooth if I really want to. If I know where it's placed on the map. It won't work as well as I think it will, so I won't do that for now. But yeah, and we're going to call that a day. So we did our sails, we did this part, wood, yeah, so we're almost done, I think. Oh, and it's literally just these. And the entire environment's done, and hopefully I'll be able to get it done tomorrow. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye. Let's get a nice angle as we finish. I think my favourite's probably in here with like maybe just glass. She looks a bit weird, but yeah. Alright, yeah. Bye.